All right, we are going to cut wedges using small citrus fruit. I'm going to use a lemon, but you can use a lime as well. First thing, taking a sharp knife, I'm just going to cut the nubby ends off of the lemon, being careful not to cut through to the fruit. Holding it as so, I'm going to create two lengthwise halves. Here's the very important pro trick. Taking your knife, being very careful, we're going to cut a slit just on the inside, the white pith of the lemon. This will be very important later if we want to affix this to the outside of our cocktail glass. So now, pushing one to the side, I'm going to focus on this half, cutting right through the white pith so that I have two halves of my half. And depending on the size of my lemon, this one's pretty big, I'm going to cut it again. If I did this for all the pieces, it would give me 8 wedges. So I almost am finished. Now I'm going to clean the wedge and make it look really professional and pretty. I'm going to scrape out any seeds, and I'm going to just cut off the white pith. I now have a beautiful lemon wedge that I can use on my cocktail.
Now we're going to show you how to cut a citrus wheel. I'm going to start with the lime. Place it securely on your cutting board. I'm going to take a knife to the end and cut a good amount in so you can get into the fruit. Kind of discard that piece there. So now you have a nice open side to slice through. Now be very careful with your fingers. You're going to want to kind of tuck them away so you don't cut yourself. Go about a 1/4 inch in. Slice all the way down straight through the fruit so you have a nice wheel. You can keep doing that until you're comfortable stopping. At that point, let's say we cut all the way up to here. This point, you probably can't do it too comfortably, so just keep this side. We'll actually save it for juicing later, which is nice. So with the wheel that you have left over, if you're going to want to throw it in the drink, you can just throw it in the drink. If you want to place it on the side of a glass, just cut a little radial slit right in the middle here. That way you can garnish it right on the side of your cocktail glass. Now we're going to show you how to cut citrus twists. So this can be applied to oranges, lemons, limes, whatever you like. We're going to do an orange because it's the best way to demonstrate this. You have a nice large piece of fruit. You're going to pick up your fruit. You're also going to need a Y peeler, also known as a potato peeler. I think this is the best way to cut a citrus peel. What you're going to do is push it firmly against the skin and run it all the way down the side of the fruit, being very careful to avoid your fingers, so keep your fingers out of the way. This is very sharp. So now to demonstrate, start at the top, hold the fruit firmly, and just continue to pull all the way down, moving your hand and fingers out of the way as you go. What you're left with is a nice citrus twist.
Today we're going to teach you how to rim a glass with either salt or sugar. So this would be great for rimming a margarita, for example, if you want to put salt on it. What I've done is taken one of our wheels of an orange. I'm going to take my glass and holding it at an angle, I'm going to rub the glass over the wet side of the orange. I'm going to use firm, consistent pressure. And if I wanted to do a partial rim, I could do that, but I'm doing a whole rim for the sake of demonstration. So now I have a nice even line of wetness from orange juice on my glass. And I'm going to hold it over my mound of kosher salt. Never use table salt. I'm going to use even pressure and gently roll it around in the mound of salt. And wherever I have applied the orange juice is going to produce a nice even coverage. I'm going to give it a nice little spin or tap. Make sure I've covered it evenly. And there you have it. I have a rimmed margarita glass.
Now we're going to show you how to make one of your most important cocktail ingredients, and that is fresh juice. Here at Ford Mixology Lab, we recommend only using fresh juice. There's no excuse not to. It's really easy and simple to do, and we're about to show you how to do it here. You're going to need 3 things. You're going to need cut citrus halves. We're going to be juicing some limes because we'll be making margaritas later. You need a citrus hand press. If you have something fancier at home, even better. And then a fine strainer. This is a tea strainer, pretty easy to find at a kitchen supply place. Alright, so all you're going to do is open the press, take your cut citrus half, put the cut side down so the juice will come out the bottom, close it, just give it a nice press. I like to turn it sideways in case there's a little extra juice hiding, which there wasn't that time. And you're going to keep going until you have enough juice to make your cocktails. Got a few drops there. And then lastly, for best practices, I like to double strain the juice to remove any pulp, maybe any bitter pith that got in there. So you have nice clean juice to put into your cocktails.
We are going to teach you how to make simple syrup, which is in fact super simple.
Yes, for something so simple, nobody seems to know what it is.
Well, now you will. So the only thing that we need for simple syrup is sugar and water. We have our sugar.
And by the way, we're just going to make it in equal parts. You can do different ratios, but the easiest to understand is equal parts water, equal parts sugar. So that's exactly what we're going to do. In a measuring cup, just measure out. Depends how much you need. We're just going to do a cup right now.
So we have 8 ounces of our white granulated sugar. You can use sugar in the raw. You can use any kind of sugar that you like for this.
You can prepare this in different ways. We have some boiling water here in the tea kettle. You can prepare it on a stove, in a pan if you like, or you can even throw it in a cup. It's equal parts sugar and water in a microwave and just kind of set it for 1 to 2 minutes until it comes to a boil. I'm going to measure out a cup of hot water.
Equal parts.
Mix it with the sugar.
And using a spoon or a whisk, we're just going to stir until it's fully dissolved.
Obviously, if you're doing this on the stove, the effect will happen a lot quicker. This is an easy way to prepare it on your kitchen countertop.
And when you can see that all of your granules have disappeared, your simple syrup is ready, except it just needs to cool for a moment. There you have it. Simple, simple syrup.